and he makes them happen. I mean, when Patrick was a senior, I had this idea that all the seniors, they each would have a baseball card, okay? And we would make this shirt where it had all the seniors' baseball cards like lined up. And so he just went with me. I'm like, well, okay, well, what do I need to do to make that happen? And so I went out and took pictures, and then look, that was the back of that shirt. So each of the seniors had what looked like a baseball card with their name and number and everything. And that's so cool. There's my son right there.
That's pretty.
And then the other one I had was like the movie Sandlot, where it says legends never die. Anyway, on the movie poster, it has all the little boys from the movie Sandlot, and it says legends never die. Well, I did this. I went and took these boys' picture. This one right here is my son. He made it black and white and then made it say legends never die. But those were all the seniors when my son was a senior in high school. So I love to make t-shirt designs, and I have worked with this guy for years on my little brain right here goes, ooh, this is what I want to do. And then I go to him with it very badly drew out on paper, and then I'm like, okay, let's do it. What do I need to do? And he'll tell me what I have to do, and then he takes it from there, and then this magic shows up on my phone. Like, the excitement I get from such in life, y'all, you just don't even know. Well, y'all do know because I just told y'all, right? So, feel free to share your excitements with me, because I like to know what brings y'all joy as well. So let's get ourselves warmed up and ready. I apologize for my well, I'm not going to apologize.
No.
I am coming to you with all that I am, 100% authenticity. And there's one thing for sure in life, and that is I have a great appreciation for authenticity. It doesn't matter if it's goofy or you know, not perfect. The more or the less perfect, the better. But authenticity and people getting to be who they are, that just is another thing that brings me joy. So, anyway, I love Tai Chi too. Oh, I'm dressed up like a grown-up today because I had a meeting this morning. So y'all don't usually get to see me dressed like a grown-up. Let me get ourselves some music. But I am going to start partnering with the University of South Alabama and helping host some of their physical therapy students to provide programs to some of our seniors. So I had a meeting with a university today, so I had to look like a real grown-up. I had an idea, and y'all tell me what y'all think about this. And Sharita, if you want to go with me, we can figure out and make that happen. But I was thinking that this summer, what if I came in person to Albany? How far is that for you, Mr. Ed? How many? 20? Miss Barbara, are you in Albany?
No, Cairo, Georgia.
Cairo. How far is Albany to you?
Oh, it's about an hour and 5 or 10 minutes.
Oh gosh, that's far.
Yeah, that's a little further. You got K Road and me. She can swing by here and get me.
All right. Well, that was something that I thought of this morning. I'm like, it would be really cool to do a Tai Chi day in Albany and get to meet all the people that come to class in virtual land. I'm going to talk to Sam about it and see what she thinks or what may be a better idea. But what do y'all think? Is that something that would be doable just one time? What y'all think about it? Roll our shoulders. I don't know if y'all got surprise rain showers this morning, but it wasn't even in our forecast for rain. And when I went out to leave my house, it was raining outside, so I had to go get my rain jacket.
Oh, we're lucky.
I guess so.
It looks like rain here, but no rain.
No rain? Well, my husband's in, I guess, somewhere around Savannah. I think he's technically not in Savannah, but anyway, it doesn't matter. He called it a heavy fog, that there was so much moisture in the air, but I said, it's really raining in Baxley. Stretch our spine. You see, the further we get into class, the more we're able to do these moves without talking about them. And that helps us with, Jing. And I gotta close my email so that they'll stop coming through. Why does it do that? Why does it do that?
Oh, I didn't know what mine again was.
I mean, it almost makes you think about like there's a ghost in the room or something and it wants to be heard. Let's see if every time I mention Jing, if it starts and the mental quietness brings the ghost into the room. I'm not being serious. I'm not being serious, Miss Barbara. Don't hold that against me. Miss Barbara said, I ain't studying you. I know Sharita expects it from me. For our hips. Think about your upright posture and continuing to breathe. So when we're challenged, and we are when we shift weight to that one leg, is when we hold our breath. And we just want to make sure we're standing upright and not leaning, which can lend itself to falling. This is our goal, is to learn how to hold our bodies throughout our day, not just in Tai Chi class. And hopefully that little Jennifer angel, that Jennifer angel lives on your shoulder and reminds you of these things throughout the week. Ooh, notice the strength in that leg as it holds you upright. Have that great appreciation for these muscles. Know that when we use our muscles get stronger. Or at the very least, they maintain their strength. We don't lose them. We know whenever we don't use our muscles, they atrophy and shrink. And I tell you what, it's a lot of work to build that muscle. And it don't take long to lose it when we don't use it. And remember, body weight is weight. So we don't have to necessarily have weights, have added weight to build muscle. We need muscle just to carry this body around. So we're going to do the best with this body that we have. For our ankles, heel toe. I'm in my flat shoes today, and I love doing Tai Chi in flat shoes. Feel so connected to the ground. Not everybody can wear flat shoes though, so you want to wear what works best for you. So don't feel like you have to change your whole shoe regimen because I like flat shoes. I think it takes a while to build the strength of your muscles in your feet. To be able to function with flat shoes. Some people need that extra support. There's lots of feet problems, and shoes can help remedy some of those, at least temporarily. Alright, give yourself a nice shake. Between the music and the slowing down of the movements, hopefully you feel nice and in our Tai Chi zone, feeling ready to move slow, smooth, and continuous. Keeping that upright posture and really focusing on the further we get into class, the empty step, then the weight transfer. Okay? Practicing the empty step. Now I know there are times when, for safety's sake, you need to go ahead and shift the weight. You can't keep the weight on that other leg, and that's okay. But just think about it and practice it when you can. Also, weight transfer and hand movement. So pairing those two together helps the whole experience. Okay, so we get that a lot with our advanced 6 movements, but we can get it a little bit with our basic 6 as well. All right, so let's practice our basics, our basic 6. Let's do it about 3 times. Just get ourselves nice in the practice with our principles, okay? And commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Counting to 6. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Close it out. I moved as if the air was heavy. That's that gentle resistance. Let's do it again. And commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. One more time. Commence. close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Practice that empty step and then that weight transfer. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. So do you feel your heart rate just kind of settle down, like your whole body just settle into that mode of Tai Chi? It's such a good experience when we know our moves. One thing I want to remind you is about the transitions from move to move, or within a move, the transitions to a change. Let me just tell you what I'm talking about. I'm thinking about waving hands in clouds and how when you get to that end, to slowly make that transition. So, don't get in a hurry to start moving to the side. Take your time with the switch and then start that turn. Take your time with the switch, then start that turn. So it's still a continuous movement. So don't feel like continuous means rush. It doesn't mean rush. Slow, smooth, and continuous. And when you think about that particular moment, slow and smooth and continuous. And that was just the switching of the hands. That was just this one part of waving hands in clouds, that switch. So then you take your time with the switch and then you make the turn. So make sure in your transitions you're maintaining that movement control. And then I think about at the end, okay, you've done your final wave or your final turn and you're getting ready to go to open and close. So you're here and then it's like you pull your hand up and it's like a magnet pulls you back to the front for open and close. So it wasn't like anything sharp or just dropped. You didn't just come back to the middle for open and close. You made it a whole thing. Here, the end, and pull it back to center for open and close. So you feel how nice that is to keep those transitions in in those principles. Healthcare. Oh. All right. I think that was Olivia's wisdom teeth people. I'll have to call them back. All right. So the transitions, and you can't always see that when I'm turned around, but whenever I was doing that, I was like, oh, let's be a reminder of those, switches to keep them in the Tai Chi spirit. And when you end, open and close. So when you do that, it just feels better. Feels nice and smooth. All that comes with once we know our moves really well, we start sanding away the edges. And that's where we are. All right. Any questions or comments or anything you need to go over with our basic 6? I hope we feel good about it, but don't worry if you need a reminder about different things. You know, open and close is a lot more dynamic of a movement than just that. You know, we want to make sure our armpits are breathing, our hands are away from our body, our hands are facing each other. It's a breath where we inhale and they separate, and we exhale and they come closer together. Or we can add a little gentle resistance where we're pulling and pushing like we're playing an accordion. So it's more dynamic than just open and close. It's a breath. It's a time to adjust your feet if you're at a moment in our moves where your feet need to be adjusted. So open and close is not as simple as what we may think. It can be, but it's not. It doesn't have to be. All right. If you have no questions, let's go to our advanced 6, starting with brush knee. So I'm going to take you all the way through. I'm going to call the names out, and then I'll go through the moves and say what's going on. So let's start. We're coming from open and close at the end of our basic 6. Brush knee. Play the lute. Remember those empty steps. Remember their half steps. Parry punch. Block and close. Push the tiger. To the front. Open and close. All that to the right. Brush knee. Play the lute. Parry punch. Block and close. Push the tiger to the front. Open, close. Close it out. All right, let's go through that and talk about each of those moves. So remember, brush knee is going from facing front to facing the left. We shift left, we turn that right toe in. And there's no weight on that right foot when we do that. We're pivoting on the heel. Our heel is connected to the ground, but there's not weight there. We pivot that foot in. Now we're going to give that right foot weight. And when we give it weight, we lay our right hand out. The left hand comes over our elbow, or the pit of our elbow. Then we pull our left foot and our left hand back. So our left foot comes back and our left hand comes to our hip. Now we step left. Our right hand comes up and turns. Now we shift left as we push that right and follow step right. So that's the end of our brush knee. Again, brush knee, shift left, right toe in. Shift right, lay right. Separate, prepare. Step left, empty, remember all this weight is still on our right foot. As we bring our right hand up and turn, now we're going to get rid of the weight. Shift left as I push that right hand and follow step right. So that final step, that follow step right, it's more of an adjustment. We finished the drill of going to the left. So it was turned, it was heading in the direction of left. Then we completely finished turning it. So I just always remind y'all that those follow steps aren't what we think of as a step. It is a step. It's a half of a step. And in our advanced 6, remember, we're not going forward. So we're behind, and then for the final one, we're still behind. And I think sometimes that plays with our brain that we're not doing it right. But you are doing it right. Also, that follow step foot, throughout our advanced 6 movements, that follow step foot gets no weight because it just doesn't, but it's the first step of our next step, and we can't step a foot if it has weight. So if you need to give it weight for safety, fine, but you have to remove the weight in order to do that next step, which is back for play the loop. And so everything is really, really small. Now when a foot doesn't have weight, if you look at my foot, it looks like it's all the way to the ground. And it pretty much is. Only a piece of paper could fit under my heel. So that's how close to the floor it is. It's very lightly on the floor because there's no weight to it. So it's lightly on the floor. It's just sitting there. So only a paper could go up under that heel. If you lifted that heel up, so if I say follow step right, see how my heel is lifted up? If you pay attention to how your body feels, you don't feel grounded. You don't feel stable when that heel is up. You almost feel like it's pushing you forward. I'm not leaning forward. I'm making myself stay upright, but I'm fighting it. That heel up is wanting me to go forward. But as soon as I put that heel down, I feel so much more stable. So sometimes you got to practice it the wrong way and then do it the right way. So you go, oh, I feel the difference. So we want you to feel very grounded in your movements. We don't want you to feel like you're being pushed forward. And that's why we ground our heel, even though there's no weight. The heel is down, not up. Okay? So you may not even know it. Or you may think, oh, my heel's down. But if you look at yourself in the mirror, if you look at yourself, take a video, take a picture, then you may realize that your heel is up. Or maybe it's not as extreme as that. Maybe it's more like this, but that's still up. So check yourself and see. I tell you that because years ago, my mama took pictures of me and I was heel up off the floor. And in my brain, my heel was down. So sometimes our brains lie to us. We think we're doing it right and we're doing it a little bit wrong. So we got to just look into it and see if you need to make an adjustment. But that's where we want our heel is down. Or anytime our foot has no weight, is that follow step, which is our first step, that heel is down, even without the weight. Alright, so let's do brush knee one more time with that in mind. Coming from open and close, brush knee, shift left, right toe in, shift right, lay right, separate, prepare. Step left, the right hand comes up and turns. Shift left as I push, and then there's that follow step. No weight on it. Heel is just barely off the ground. Play the loop. Let me back up a little bit. Play the loop. So I'm going to step back. See, that's a half a step. Turn my hands. Shift to that right foot as they pass, and when I get to that elbow, follow step left. See, heel down. It's a little bit easier to keep your heel down in this when the weight's on the back foot. Play the loop. Parry punch. Step left and flip. Shift as they parry. Step right and flip. Shift as they parry. Step left, put up the guard, get our flowers from our front pocket so we're not twisting our spine. No weight on this front foot. All my weight's on this right foot. Now, as I deliver the flowers, I'm going to shift the weight to that left foot. Follow step right. And right there, I just picked my foot up and put it right back down. Block and close. Step back right. Separate hands or open up our hands. Shift as they come down to our hips. Follow step left. Push the tiger. Step left. Shift as I extend those arms. Follow step to the front. Step right. Shift and left. Hands face. Open and close. Now we'll go to the right. Brush knee. Play the lute. Parry punch. Step and flip. Shift and parry. Step and flip. Shift and parry. Step guard. Shift, deliver. Follow step. Block and close. Step back, release hands. Shift as they come to my hips. Follow step, push the tiger. Step, shift as I extend. Follow step to the front. Open, close. All right, any questions about Advanced 6? Any of those movements you think we need to go over? Good. That means I'll explain them well. Let's practice. So you know how I told you in the waving hands and clouds, on that transition, take your time. Slow, smooth, and continuous. I want you to think about that as we go through our Advanced 6. Even if you don't do it yet, think about the different opportunities. The one that really comes to mind is brush knee, where we bring that hand up and turn and then push. So we don't come from down here and just, whack it up there and start pushing. We take our time. Up, turn, push. You see how smooth and continuous that was? Slow, smooth, and continuous. Just pick out parts where maybe that can be a place where you work on sanding off those edges. You think about the flip in the parry. Whenever you flip, make it a whole thing. Flip, then the parry. Flip, then the parry. Don't get in a hurry to go to the next thing. Give each little part that respect. All right, let's go through our Advanced 6 with those things in mind, and then we'll put it together. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Advanced 6. Brush knee. Play the lute. Parry punch. Block and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the lute. Parry punch. close. Push the tiger to the front. Open. Close. So I noticed that in that very end. I opened, closed, and then closed it out. So even when you end it, you give that respect. And so I think Tai Chi is all about energy, right? And so I think about it like this. When we commence, we are taking energy, we're pulling in that energy, and then with the movements that we do, we're, moving this energy around. And when we get done working with that, we kind of put it back out there into the world. And so I think about that when I open, close, and then end with closing it out properly. All right, so let's practice our advanced 6 movements. I'll call out the names, and then I won't call out the names. So let's do it 2 more times before we put it all together. Brush knee. Play the loop. Remember to breathe, parry punch. Don't hold your breath. Block and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the loop. Parry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. The more we practice, the better we get at it. Let's do it again. I won't talk. If I do, it'll be an accident. I won't mean to. Brush knee. Really testing ourselves. How'd you do? We get better each time. We're not meant to do perfect every time. There is no perfect Tai Chi. So let us put it all together. We have, here we go. I call it our song. Let's do it all together from the top. And commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Advance 6, starting with brush knee. Play the loop. Carry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the loop. Carry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close, close it out. Growth. That's all we ask, is getting a little bit better at something. And Tai Chi gives us a million things we can get better at. We can get better at our movement control, actually slowing down. Even with that movement control, we have slow, we have smooth, we have continuous. I mean, we could practice on slow, we could practice on smooth. You could practice on continuous. The gentle resistance, moving as if the air was heavy. You can practice being upright. Did you breathe the whole time? Did you empty step before the weight transfer? Did your armpits breathe throughout? You know, you kept those joints open. Did you have that soft bend in your knee? I notice times whenever I really bend into that knee and, you know, give myself an opportunity for additional mobility in my legs, and that helps with that strength. And, you know, focusing on one thing at a time and getting better at one thing at a time. Noticing when you didn't do it so well. So we have good days and bad days. Throw it all in there, and we have a great Tai Chi experience overall. So we're learning the moves, but then we're trying to do all the principles on these moves as well. Before we cool down, is there anything in particular y'all want to go over? You're at a place where you just want to practice and you want reminders of what we're supposed to be thinking about, right? So this is week 8. No, this is week 9. So we have 7 more weeks to get better at these things. So y'all come at me with what you need, what questions you have, anything that comes up with what we do. And we will do that because it can be helpful to everybody, not just you. All right, let's cool down by giving ourselves a nice fist massage. See, do you see, all of the principles and all the movements aside, when I came into class at 10:01, I was kind of spastic and scatterbrained and unorganized. I was just like, blah, blah, blah. So you remember when I told you the first time I did Tai Chi, I said, oh no, I don't like that. I don't want to move that slow. That's awful. And what I learned was that it's what I needed. So Tai Chi has a way for me of calming me down, centering me and my thoughts, and helping me with the focus. And so it's amazing the benefits that Tai Chi can offer. Because by the time Tai Chi class is over, I just feel together and not so blah, blah, blah. And it's okay to be blah, 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 right? Gather that tension and let it go. I get excited about things, and I was so excited when I saw those patches. And I know I'm buying work for myself, but it's so worth it. Oh, gather and release. Gather and release. Big shoulder circle. We don't want to live with tension. Tension can cause pain. We want to move our bodies so that it's less stiff and tense. We have better mobility and flexibility. Takes just a little bit of effort each day. Thank y'all for showing up. We have our strength, our friendship, our humility, and in mutual respect, we say namaste. Yep. Strength. Well, this says my internet connection is unstable. So did I freeze up? Did y'all notice if I didn't freeze up? Okay. Well, I asked that because I'm trying to report to our secretary when we have problems, so that she can report that to our internet people, because I'm plugged into the wall, so that should be very stable. It should not be unstable. But such is the internet. So thank y'all for being patient. All right, well, I hope y'all have a great week. Y'all think about that idea about going to Albany, if it may be something that may work, or if I just need to do a tour in southwest Georgia and go from Cairo to, don't tell me where you live, Mr. Ed. Tell me what it starts with.
P.
Pelham.
Yes.
Pelham. And Sharita, you're easy because I've been to your town. All right, my dears. Love y'all. Thank y'all for being a part of this group. And if I don't hear from you before next Tuesday, y'all have a great week, but let me know if you need me, okay? And Sharita, I'll see you on Friday.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to attend Friday's class. I got a funeral.
All right, well, I'll get my I will, okay. Well, I will miss you.
Yes.
All right. Love y'all.
Okay.
All right.
No, you
But let me know if you need me. All right, bye.